Hello, welcome back to the channel. Reading a book challenge chats or reading challenge chats. Um, I go by Bookdragon09 on here, but I do have other channels that I haven't done anything with for a while, but this has been my passion lately, books. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And we're getting caught up on my 2022 reads. So, again, as always, I'd like to thank you all for watching the videos, especially the Owls Do Cry one. I would also, you know, ask that you please, like the video if you enjoy them. And, if you enjoy these videos, like them. Subscribe as well. It gives me, it helps me out. And then press the notification button. That way you know when new videos get posted, which will be after I get caught up, which will be soon, will be when I finish a book. And then I'll be doing book giveaways as well. So, stay tuned for that. So we're now on to book 8, which is another Janet Frame one, Living in the Maniototo. I think that's how it's pronounced. That's how I look at it, as Maniototo. This book is definitely an interesting one, as the main character goes by 3 different names and 3 different occupations. There's Violet Pansy Proudlock, who's a ventriloquist. But she's also known as Alice Thumb, who's a gossip and secret sharer of limited imaginings. Now, I have to go off of this just because, again, to keep all the characters, to keep there. And then there's Mavis Furnace Barnwell Hallaton, which is a writer twice married. So, with this book, it takes place in the United States, actually, published in 1979. Starts actually in Baltimore. And I don't know what the setting of Baltimore was in 1979, but she doesn't paint a very healthy picture of it. So, it's sort of like it's in, I don't want to say the slums, but kind of like the inner cities of Baltimore is what it seems like. And it basically follows this character, and she gets an offer from a couple who love anything Italian. And they're going off to Italy for a vacation, just because. And they offer her to stay at their house for a couple of weeks, so she can do some writing and take care of the plants and look after the house. So she accepts the offer and moves in, and then finds out that there's going to be more guests coming during this time. So now it brings in these 2 couples, and they couldn't be any more opposite than they could possibly be. They are. And we see clashing between the 4 of them, while the main character, Mavis or Violet or whatever you want to call her, is sort of staying in the basement, trying to stay away from everything. But an interesting thing happens in during the course of the story. But I think it happens before the 4 people arrive. Is that the couple going to Italy die in a plane crash, and their attorney has the last will and testament, and the house is left to her. The house and everything in it is left to her, which blows her away because she has, she's never really met these people. She doesn't know them. They don't really know her. So it's kind of like why am I getting all of this? What have I done to get it? I haven't done any kind of trickery. I haven't, done anything to put anything over anyone's eyes. So why am I, why am I getting everything that they have? So there's a little bit of the mystery behind that, but there's also, again, the character study of the 5 people living in this house. And it's not a huge house. So, they're kind of cramped. Like I said, the main character, Mavis or Violet or Alice, however you want to refer to her, is basically, that was a cat doing shenanigans. Anyway, it's how they're living within this space, and how, you know, they try to get together, but they just don't have the same likings. They don't have, you know, the great. There's not that connection there. Now, what makes this book really interesting is if you go back and you watch the video for Scented Gardens for the Blind, or if you've read that, this works the same way as that book did. The last chapter of this throws everything that you've read up to that point into a tailspin, because it just, everything changes. And I'm not going to say how it changes, but it does. And it throws you for a loop. And I mean, it's Janet's style. Again, you know, Janet had this, you know, this notion, she was taught to basically write with no rules. You know, anything you want goes. There are no rules to your stories, how you write things, and how things come out, and how things play out. So that's kind of what she did. And she did that in this one, definitely. I mean, there are no rules when it comes to living in the Maniototo. It's a complete 180, 360, whatever. I mean, it totally changes the ending. It just really, really does. So I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, just because I am a Janet Frame nut, as you couldn't tell. But there's going to be some books coming up soon that are not Janet Frame books. So don't worry. If you're looking for diversity, that will be coming up as well. But I would recommend this book. But as I've said in previous videos too, I would also start with Owls Do Cry and Faces in the Water. To me, those are the heavy hitters of the books the novels that she wrote, at least that I've read. You know, Owls Do Cry is more of a semi-autobiography of her childhood. Faces in the Water is a kind of semi-autobiography of her days in and out of mental institutions. Except in this case, it's being inpatient and not being released. It's not going in and out over the course of 13 years. It's a stay in the mental institutions. It's getting the electric shock therapy. So I would start with those two. Like I said, those are the 2 heavy hitters, but I would definitely recommend this one, as it is a good book. So, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Also subscribe. And I think the cat's okay, and I will put that in the video description down below. But also, you know, press subscribe, because it helps me, you know, helps me out. It lets me know that you're interested in seeing more book videos, book reviews, keeping YouTube literate. Also, hit the notification button. That way you can see when new videos are posted. Also, in the comments below, you can leave your Goodreads name. That way I can add you to mine, and you can see what each other is reading, read each other's reviews. If you've read this book or any of hers, and you have some comments on it, put it down below. I would love to respond. Or if you have any suggestions for what you think I should be reading, put it in the comments below. Again, I would love to hear from you. I respond to all comments, just the way I am. So, again, keep YouTube literate. Subscribe, like, press the notification button, and leave a comment below. And until next time, I will see you later. Bye.